and you can see this blend is starting to blend. And we did it quick, we did it fast, we did it with a system. We didn't have to put a guard on, take it off, put a guard on, take it off. A lot of these barbers show you guys a method that is very time consuming, where you put the 1 guard, then you take it off, you put the 0.5 guard, then you take it off, then you put the 1.5 guard, then you take it off, then you put the 1, then you put the 2, then you put the 1, then you put the half, then you... I use 1 guard 1 time each time, and that's why this method is so quick. And it's 3 guards. It's the number 3 guard, the number 1.5 guard, and the number half guard. And then if you do it properly, is this the smoothest blend in the world? No, it's not. But because we did it quick, we have more time to detail. So this blend is basically done in terms of our steps. The steps are done. So now, low drop fade is gonna start like this. It's gonna drop under the occipital bone. That's what the drop means. People think it drops just because it drops like this. No, it drops because this occipital bone is right here, and I'm dropping it way under that bone. Keep in mind, this line does not have to take too long. Doesn't have to be perfect. Cool. So that's how I would usually do my low drop fades, right? Kind of go towards his eye, dropping kind of towards his eye and around the ear, really close to the ear. Like really, almost like if you're lining up a taper. Like if you're lining up a taper, you do something like that. You don't want to go too high up, but because we're going a little bit higher, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here. Just a little bit higher. Just like that. And this line is not gonna change. You see how it's still dropping? I didn't touch this line at all. I just went higher here. A lot of people get it mistaken that they have to go higher everywhere. They don't, and the reason you don't is because you want to give yourself 3 fingers room to blend. He has really long hair on top. If I put my 0 all the way up here where my comb is at, that's only going to give me 1 finger room to blend. The fade is going to come out horrible. Shaver, like I always say, it's almost to that 0 line. You want to use 1 foil once you get close to the 0 line, and you want to flick out. So that's what I'll do now. Flicking out as I get to that 0 line. We do not want to neglect this part behind the ear, because obviously we want that part to be bald too, but we want to be very careful back here, very light pressure around the ear area, because we don't want it too bald. If we do it too bald, we're going to create a hard line and the line's not going to blend out. Right now I'm using both foils and I'm going really hard on his skin. You can kind of see that his head's moving with like every stroke that I do, because I really want it to be bald down here. Up here, I don't want it to be too bald. It is we're gonna go ½ an inch up with the lever all the way open. And the more compressed the fade needs to be, the thinner the guidelines are. I usually tell you guys, do really big guidelines, or at least for this part, do a really big guideline. But I would say this is a normal size guideline right here. And that's how we're gonna keep it. Okay, so what I was gonna say is it is your job as a barber to know what fade is gonna look good with each haircut. For example, if my client comes in here, he's like a weekly, bi-weekly client. Now we're gonna go with the lever halfway open. If he comes in here and tells me, hey, I want a really high fade today, I would tell him, well, that's not really a good idea, bro, because you have really long hair. And if I give you a really high fade, I'm not really gonna have that much room to blend. But what I can do is I can give you a mid fade. I can stretch the fade out to make it look like you have a high fade. Hopefully that'll last you a little bit longer, because most people think the higher the fade goes, the longer it'll last. And it's somewhat true, but not really. It just gives you the illusion that it's gonna last longer because obviously you're balder. But it's your job as a barber to know, hey, that's not actually the case. And you gotta explain to your client, a high fade's not gonna look good with you, bro. Let's do a mid fade and I'll make it look like a high fade. Anyway, clipper all the way closed, and we're gonna get rid of that 0 line, which is not gonna be too hard to do because we flicked out when we made that line, okay? Not only that, these 2 clippers blend in perfectly to each other, so it's really no stress work. Like, do you guys see that 0 line? It was really even hard to see before I even did this step. So it's very important to have the right clippers. Now I'm gonna go halfway open again, and I'm just gonna get this little area. And this little area is always a little harder for me to blend. Obviously, like I said, he's a weekly client, bi-weekly client, so I cut his hair a lot. This area is hard for me to blend because it grows sideways, it grows this way instead of going down. It comes this way. And because it comes this way, and on top of that, the two bones that I'm always talking about right here, and the area between these two bones is super hard to blend. That makes this area really hard to blend. So I usually take a little bit longer around that area. I give it a little more love, a little more detail because it needs it. Next guard is gonna be the 3-guard lever open. I know I want my line to be somewhere around here, right? And I want it to follow this same shape. So I'm gonna go all the way up here. And the reason why this specific haircut we didn't start with a 3-guard is because, like I said, he's a weekly or bi-weekly client. There's absolutely no reason to debulk. I can see exactly where I'm putting my lines because he comes often. Now, if he was a monthly client or a bi-monthly client, then we would always start with debulking first. So not every haircut has to start the same way. Not every haircut has to start with a debulk, and not every haircut has to start with your 0 line. This haircut started with a 0 line because we could already see what we're doing. He comes a lot, so it makes it easier for us. And we could skip a step. We could skip the debulking step. Okay, so as you can see, it blended pretty much exactly to what he has already. Now, if you guys been eyeing this area, then congratulations, you guys have the barber eye, because this area is very dense, okay? Heavy, if you want to call it. So what I'm gonna do before I even proceed, I want to make sure this line is blended in a little better. Now, if you guys can see here, this line is not too dense. It's kind of blending in somewhat properly, not fully properly, but I would say 80-90% blended good. Over here it's like 50-60% blended good. So I'm gonna go up here, like I always say. Once I stop seeing the hairs here, that is exactly what we're looking at. This is the dense line that we're looking at. You see all this hair right here? That's what's creating it to look like this. If I come over here, and the idea is you want to connect this hair to this hair. So that is why I'm gonna try to make this hair be on the bottom side of the comb, so that way I know that's where I need my comb to stop. So I'm gonna look right here and look here. So I'm gonna go here, and this area should be at the bottom of my comb. So I'm gonna pull my hair comb out, and you see how it stops there? That means I know this hair right here, I need to start chopping it away, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing. You can see it's starting to blend properly. Right here, we didn't touch it, so it's still dense. Over here, it's because it's not too dense. I'm gonna come in here, and it shouldn't be too disconnected. So if I go like this, see how it's not too disconnected? It doesn't look too dense here, but over here, it'll look really dense. You see all this? So we're gonna go. And the denser it is, the more you wanna chop away. Because it was really dense, we are chopping away, because that's hair that needs to get cut. We're not guessing if it needs to get cut. We know it needs to get cut. Over here, so now it's blending in a lot better. You see that? Over here, it's not too dense. So what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna give it 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Not too much. And guys, my combs are almost out. My apparel is almost out. You can see the difference in colors, right? This color is a lot brighter. I like it a lot more because you can actually see the hair sticking out. Now this is the 1.5 guard lever open that comes with your TPOB plays. The idea that we want to do here is we want to go right underneath that line, but we don't want to go up and out because we're going to create a hard line. We actually want to go and kind of like scoop out. The higher we get on the head, the more we're going to take the clipper away from his head. So we're going to start on his head, right? On his head, on his head. And now slowly, as I'm going over here to this area, I'm going to get off his head, off his head, off his head, off his head, off his head. And I'm just going to go up. And that motion right there is going to help to blend this straight into the 3 guard. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster. And if you like going little by little, for example, if you want to go like this, little and then higher and then higher and higher and higher and higher, you can, right? I actually recommend to do that if you are a beginner. Look down a little bit. See how like my clipper is really close to his head, and mostly that's touching his head is this part of my guard. And as I'm going up here, it's getting out of his head. It's going out and away. So it's going out like this. It's kind of, these things are kind of facing towards me a little bit more. And also the clipper's getting away from his head. Do not neglect this area over here. We don't want this area to be way darker than this area. And this is our second to last step. We're basically almost done with this fade, believe it or not. Okay, now our last guard is going to be our 0.5 guard. This is our 0.5 guard with the lever all the way open, and we want to go right underneath that line we just made. The same thing, you want to go right at this line, right? And kind of like to scoop out a little bit. Very light pressure. This guard should only lighten up this line. This guard is not going to erase that line. It's only going to lighten it up. Okay, now with the lever all the way closed, this is the first time we close our lever. The very first time we close our lever that we have a guard on. And now with the lever all the way closed, we're going to focus on that line, and we're really going to take that line out. And we can use more of our corners here. We're going very, very light with corner play here. And like I always say in all of my videos, use your bottom corner. If you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't watch my videos, you gotta watch more videos. And you can see this blend is starting to blend. And we did it quick. We did it fast. We did it with a system. We didn't have to put a guard on, take it off, put a guard on, take it off. A lot of these barbers show you guys a method that is very time consuming, where you put the 1 guard, then you take it off, you put the 0.5 guard, then you take it off, then you put the 1.5 guard, then you take it off, then you put the 1, then you put the 2, then you put the 1, then you put the half, then you... I use 1 guard 1 time each time, and that's why this method is so quick. And it's 3 guards. It's the number 3 guard, the number 1.5 guard, and the number half guard. And then if you do it properly, is this the smoothest blend in the world? No, it's not. But because we did it quick, we have more time to detail. So this blend is basically done in terms of our steps. The steps are done. So now, because we did it so quick, we have so much time to detail. And what part am I gonna detail? You guessed it, this area, because that area is the hardest to blend. And detailing this is gonna make the haircut pop, the haircut come out. Look down a little bit. This area is very dark for me, so I'm just gonna go. And I'm just kind of like picking at these hairs. The idea is you wanna lighten that area up. If it looks really dark, that means you gotta lighten up. And the only way to lighten it up is to cut hair. So that's the idea with this technique. It's to focus on dark or dense spots. And this area still looks a little dense, so I'm gonna go with my clipper over comb. See all that hair falling off? I know I need to cut hair because it's very dense. And the only way to make it not dense is to cut hair. So, we know we're doing something right. Now, like I said, we have more time to detail. So all of this is detail work. I'm lighting up dark spots that I think are too dark. Pushing up the fade a little bit if I need to. to make sure like it contrasts good with the light part of his area and the dark part of his hair. The light part of his area, what am I saying? The light part of his fade and the dark part of his fade. Okay. See how that's looking. Okay, that's it. Look down a little bit.